All right, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm joined with none other than Adrian Lung. He scaled his online fitness coaching business from what 15, 20K a month to 134K in a month. And it's been one hell of a journey. And so Adrian, dude, pumped to have you back and to kind of nerd out a little bit today and break it down. I want to make it kind of like what I said before we started recording, just like super tactical, where it's like, okay, what was it that like allowed you to like make that huge leap and sustain that? Who'd you have to become and all that kind of stuff. But before we get into that, dude, welcome to the channel. Pumped to have you back.
Well, it's been a good minute, but yeah, like the last one I did with Jeremy, I think was like 6 months ago or so, and we've been talking about like hitting that 100, right? Hitting that, getting past that ceiling, and here we are. And I wouldn't have done it without Jeremy, and yeah, that's why I came on this call today. I'm like, whatever I can provide for you, just let me know. I'll be there. I'm excited to be here, and thank you,
Well,
Jeremy, once again.
I appreciate you, dude. Um, let's get into it. So, who did you have to become? What kind of leader did you have to step into to go from somebody doing 15 to 20K a month to blowing past the 100K a month mark? Because I know there's a lot of people watching this video that are going to be wondering, how can I do that? They're looking for something, but who did you have to become in order to make that leap?
Mm, that's a great question. So, I mean, everything's back to like self-development. Everything's back to personal development. Like your income really grows as you grow, right? So, and I was talking about this at your retreat just a couple months ago, but I think it goes down. I think a lot of times people may overcomplicate the process, Jeremy, and everyone else listening. It's really just like being really grounded, right? Like if you tell people you're going to do something, you got to do it as well. So like simple things, like sticking to your routine? Are you waking up like early? Are you like doing, the things in your business that actually bring in like revenue, right? Like, I feel like at a certain point, like, you can delegate, but you should be in there. Like before you delegate, you should be the one that has the highest skill, right? And I think just taking that responsibility of being, hey, I'm the person that's not screaming from the back, but I'm leading from the front. I think that's really helped me over the last months really scale, where I'm like, hey, I'm willing to roll up my sleeves and I'm willing to get dirty as well. And I'm not just screaming from the back. So, um, yeah, I think it's just that leadership in the sense that I'm willing to do everything myself too, but also knowing that I have to delegate at some point. And going back to just like the habits, like just being really grounded, making sure you're healthy, making sure you're waking up, sleeping on time, making sure, when you say you're going to do something, you actually do it because your team is not just listening, they're watching as well. So yeah, nothing magical. It's just all the, fundamental things as you know, Jeremy, and just really not going wider, but going deeper in it.
Dude, I love that. What does your team look like right now? And how is that different from a year or two ago?
Yeah. So sales department now we have like a couple closers. We have a bigger team of setters, right? Just really if people listening to this, if you want to make more money, you just need more hands on the front end, right? You want more clients, you need a bigger department in lead acquisition. So essentially like, that's probably the reason why we grew as fast is just like really tripling the amount of people like on the front end. Yeah, so we have that. We have some people in the back end helping as well, but definitely a lot heavier in terms of the front end department.
100%. Yeah. And what's that like? Kind of leading a team of setters, closers, and like actually like setting a target and making sure that it gets hit. Because a lot of people like
Yep.
say, "Hey, here's our goal. Here's where we want to get to," and then like nothing happens.
Yep. Well, it's kind of like what Dan was saying at your retreat, Jeremy. Like everyone's getting up to like 80% of your competency. So the answer to everyone is you got to raise your own skill. And I still think a lot of people are delegating way too fast and prematurely. So how do you lead people better? You yourself have to get better, right? If you get better in your own skill, like the people around you, even having conversations, they're going to start to, pick up more on your skill and pick up on like what's working well for you. So for me, it's just building my skill. And like, thanks to Jeremy, like thanks to Jeremy and his team, like I say, they help my setting skills a lot. Like, and Jeremy, like even before I came on, like you didn't, I know I talk about the ads a lot that you helped me on, but like when I made that video, I was thinking about how many different things you helped me on. Like the setting was one huge one when I had it with the CSM. Like we tripled our amount of calls on the book calendar. That's huge. right? But that's me. That's investing in me. And for everyone that's like, hey, I hit a certain number. I want to start to delegate. Let's get a setter. The question is, can you effectively book in this many calls? Can you hit your target yourself? If you're missing the mark yourself as a CEO, how do you expect your team to hit those targets for you? A lot of times people offset skills that they aren't skilled in. And that's the issue. That's the prematurely delegating. So the answer is really just coming back to you. You got to develop your skills yourself. And of course, find the right people. If you're trying to find the right people, it's not so much you're trying to find like weapons right away. You're trying to find people that are coachable and willing to be coached and get better.
I love that.
Hmm.
I see that a lot too, where it's like, obviously we all want to like work on the business instead of being stuck in it and remove ourselves and stuff like that. But a lot of people make the mistake of, like you said, trying to get out of it too early.
That's right.
And it's very apparent and evident, like with you and with a lot of the other guys that I know that get to that 7-figure mark. It's like you're not afraid and you're willing to be in the trenches for as long as it takes because you develop the skill set. And then when you do that, you know, like how to hire because you know who to look for, and then how to actually coach and train them up to hit KPIs. And like it just builds such more of a like bulletproof, resilient business as a whole.
That's
Right.
right. Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
a lot of people are looking for like consistency, predictability, stability. Those are things that kind of terms get thrown around a lot. Like, what have you done to kind of build a business that has that? Like, what are some of the components that allow you to not only get there, but stay at that level?
Hmm. So for sure, well, number one thing is back to yourself. Like you can have all the ad strategy and all these things going on, but you got to be consistent yourself, right? Consistent in your habits, right? You yourself as a leader, that's number one. And number two, of course, ads. Like a predictable system to, find clients, you have to have an ad strategy. And obviously the person I'm talking to right now, he's been able over the last couple of years, he changed my life. And I say that, well, like, and I'm gonna keep telling Jeremy, man, like you changed my life because ads is the only way in terms of marketing to find clients. So predictability in terms of lead acquisition, 100%. You need ads, but they also goes back to yourself because if you're gonna work with Jeremy, you're for sure gonna solve like the lead issue. Now it comes back to you because I had those times, and I'm sure you remember Jay, where I was like, holy shit, we're getting so many clients, and I'm getting overwhelmed. Right. This is not it. This is without exaggeration. I was like, hey, like I'm waking up. I'm like, holy shit, Jeremy, like, and everyone on the community, I'm like overwhelmed with how many clients, and I'm like, I don't feel like I'm that person yet, like handling this many people. And that the learning phase on like the first after the 6 month mark with Jeremy, I remember it was back to myself again. Like, how do I make myself a leader capable of like handling this many clients? So really it's just the ads. You got to be consistent yourself. Everything external comes internally. If you're not handling your own like mental health things and you have a lot of stuff going on yourself, like you are pretty much like the master of your life. You got to handle that shit too yourself. You got to make sure like these things are taking care of yourself, and that's how you create predictability. But on the honest answer, Jay, as we know, like life is always unpredictable, right? People that are always expecting things to be perfect or predictable, I mean, that's not how entrepreneurship's going to be like. You're going to have to hope for the best and expect for the worst. I mean, anyone sign up for this game understands that it's always putting out fires. It's things that are not going right, right? And things that are going right. So, I mean, in this game, as long as if you don't aim for perfection and you aim to just last and you stay consistent, right, you can never lose in this game of entrepreneurship. If you just never give up.
So good. One of the books I'm reading right now is actually called The Infinite Game, and it talks about that. It's like you can't win business.
Yeah.
The
Hmm.
goal is just, yeah, how long can you play the game for?
How long can you play the game for?
Yeah.
Yep. Hmm.
How can somebody develop like and tactically like, work on their mindset to like zoom out? Because I know a big shift is like moving from like survival mode to like creating from a place of abundance. I
Hmm.
see a lot of people like it's kind of like that needy energy of
Yep. Yep.
like I need to do this and like
Yeah.
it has to work, otherwise consequence, to like I get to do this and this is like a fun like creative outlet for me. Like how can somebody like make that transition internally?
That's a great question. I think it goes back to selfish wants and selfless wants. Because when you're an entrepreneur, you don't have clients. The truth is you're going to get nervous like if you're not signing up clients, right? Because you're thinking about yourself, you're thinking about the bills to pay, you're thinking about putting your food on the table. But you have to, number one, be fearless and ask yourself, like, what's the worst that's gonna happen if you don't have anything? Because a lot of times, like the rock bottoms, like Jeremy's story, that's the catalyst and the trampoline to his big success right now. Right. I have my own story as well. Like if you talk to anybody that's, doing pretty good, like they're gonna have their story. So you don't want to see like failures, or no, I don't see them as failures, like these times or as predicaments. Predicaments come before success, right? Um, that's number one. Um, sir, can you ask that question one more time? It's
Basically,
just
how yeah, yeah.
yeah.
How can someone go from like survival mode,
Survivor
scarcity,
mode. Okay.
to
Survivor mode.
abundance?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Here's the thing. It's like it's really putting the selfless wants of the people you're helping first. Because when you're thinking of survival mode, even that from that question is thinking about me, myself surviving. But why is it about you? You as an entrepreneur, you already make the sacrifice. It's not about you. It's everything for the person you're trying to help. So you're literally like you have to switch from the selfish wants to like the selfless wants. When you really put like Jeremy said that, right? Like and you sent that to like Austin as well, right? When you help enough people, people are gonna give back something along that lines, right? When
Mm.
you put your selfless wants way higher than or at least parallel or higher than your selfish wants, you won't need to have that neediness because people naturally you're gonna get people gravitating towards you, right? I usually find the neediness is because people want things themselves. It's selfish wants that is like triumphing everything. So you just have to switch that dynamic. It's not about you, it's about the person that you're helping. It's about the impact that you're going to create in this world.
Love that. Like
Hmm.
servant leadership, basically.
That's right. And just to give an example to Anna, just quick piece here. It's like my setting team, right? If they're booking a call, and let's just say I feel like somebody on my team is maybe a little bit needier for a call, right? They're trying to get that person in, Jay, and everyone else. And that person hasn't responded, right? And let's just say that person's been busy, they've been traveling. Okay, lean out and let that person enjoy their trip. Like, because when we get needy and we're double texting, that's because we want that call. We want that call. Get them on our calendar. Get them on our calendar. It's not about us. It's about them. Let them enjoy the trip. They have a problem. It's going to be solved. They're going to reach back out anyways if it's not solved, right? So just not putting our selfish wants. I need that call. I need that commission. I need that when you think about, hey, this person has this problem, how can I help them? Let them enjoy their trip. They worked hard enough, right? When you think about selfless, when you have that selfless mindset, you will always win. People will always feel that and they're gonna always come back no matter what.
So good, dude.
Hmm.
So good. Yeah, because I see a lot of like a lot of people kind of teach and preach and then do like just disgusting amounts of like follow-ups and spam. And it's like all this doing is pushing them away,
Yeah.
you know? And
Just
yeah, it's like a battery. It's like the more
it's a
you
piece they're trying
push.
to hit those target there. And yeah, we got to hit targets and everything, but is you want to do it in an empathetic way. We got to understand like putting people first, right? Like the reach out has to be intentional. Like, hey, I'm reaching out because listen, you've been stuck for 5 years, and so I don't want you stuck another 5 years. That mindset, not because hey, I got to hit my targets, right? And people can feel it. There's that that subconscious feeling where people can feel it in sales and business, right? So you got to be persistent, but persistent in a way it's not about you. It's persistent in a way it's about them. And you're not afraid to lose a lead too. That's the thing. A lot of people fall up. A lot of people fall up in leads, double text, but they do it in a sense where it's operating from fear. When you're persistent, like I can be very persistent, right? And it's not because I'm lacking scarcity. I don't care if the lead is like, hey, I don't want to work with you and stuff. But as long as they find a solution themselves, and as long as I show that I fight for the goal, I know I can find another client, no problem. And it's just having that mindset.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's awesome. Um, Kind of shifting gears a little bit, like tactically when it comes to like writing banger ads. Like, what are
Mm.
some principles that have served you in terms of like how can you find the right people? How can you speak to them? And how can you kind of attract them into your world?
Mm. It's all about like the first like 3 seconds, like or with the follower ads, like the first like 10 seconds. The copy's everything, right? Like I know maybe if you're listening to this, you're like, hey, what about the B-roll? What about the background? What about the interest groups? What about all these things? Like these not very significant. How do you write a banger copy? Like get very clear on who you're helping, right? Like Germany helped me in that in terms of refining my offer. We went through like several refinements before where I am today. Get very crystal clear. So busy professionals, it's too vague nowadays. Like get very specific with who you're trying to help. Um, be very specific in your solution to the problem as well, right? And also really, really understanding your niche. I think that's really important, Jay, right? Like a lot of times we're like, hey, I'm gonna work with this niche because they have money. But the question is, do you resonate with that niche? Do you align with that niche? Do you enjoy working with that niche? These are deep questions you guys have to ask yourself when you guys are, finding a niche. And ultimately, this is really important, right? Like, in order to write banger ads, you yourself have to be immersed and like really be obsessed with that niche itself. You got to know it like the back of your hand. The reason why maybe you struggle with writing ad copies is because maybe you don't know your niche that much. You just chose it because they have money. I want to work with, managers and business owners, but you yourself, you're not into business or like you maybe don't understand what they go through. So I think it's a combination of things getting really crystal clear, understanding their pains, understanding solution, but just understanding them in general is going to allow you guys to have a high understanding on what they are. Because if you can speak their language and you can put it in an ad, it's game over. You're going to be able to speak their language and they're going to be able to resonate with you.
Totally. What do you think separates somebody stuck at 10 to 20K a month versus somebody who hits 100 and can blow past that?
Mindset, 100%. People at 1020 just get in their own way. People in 1020 get in their own way always. It's kind of like what we're talking about. It's the scarcity, it's a neediness, like all these things coming back to fear, right? It's if I can go back to my old self and talk to myself at the 10K mark, is everything will be okay. Like you can't lose this game if you just keep at it, right? You keep at it and you keep learning from guys like Jeremy and SA because they obviously got a killer team that's brought me to where I am, right? So keep joining the calls, keep learning, right? But the mindset's the most important. And how do you build your mindset? The honest truth, and a lot of people don't want to hear this, Jay, but you just got to go through more shit. There's no book that you're gonna read. Like you can read more mindset stuff, and I read dozens. I know you read a ton. Like you probably have hundreds behind you. But Jay, like what got Jay where he is because he gone through a lot of shit. He's gone through more shit than you, respectfully but truthfully. That's why he's successful. And that's what you guys need to go through. So you guys see predicament, and this is the reframe, right? You guys see predicament as, oh, it's a bad thing. I'm going backwards. No, all of these bad things are good things happening to you. It's a universe getting you in the right direction. It's testing you. But you guys don't see it in that light. So like see the guys like Jay, see the guys like Austin, Mateus, like all these guys like in SA. Why are they good? Because they have a story. They went through this shit before. So how do you build your mindset? Keep learning, keep getting better, join the group calls, talk to Jay, talk to the team, get help. But you need to go through the fire. There's no other answer besides from that. That's probably the best one. You got to go through the fire.
I love that, man.
It's
Yeah.
true.
A couple of good things on that is like, can't remember where I heard this from or who told me, but it was like, if you think about like a warrior in like ancient Greece or something like the Spartans, it's like, who is the best warrior? It's like the person with the most training, who trained the hardest, who has the most battle scars and wounds, and has been in the most fights.
That's right.
He's usually the best one. And so it's like,
Mhm.
well, if we wanted to become the best entrepreneur that we possibly can be, then like we have to go through the most shit, like you said. And that just it battle hardens us, you know? And
100%.
so yeah,
hmm
so good, man.
hmm
Um really, really love that because yeah, a lot of people it's like, I don't know, who they are right now certainly isn't cut out to get to where they want to get to.
But
And
they can
shit.
change. Like Jay,
Yeah.
even you and I before, like when we were, starting this, we are not the same man and entrepreneur as where we were before.
Yeah.
You have to evolve. You
Yeah.
have to you have to go through the hard times. That actually what transforms you.
Yeah. Not even close, man. It's like, yeah. I love looking at like my old journals or like old vision boards and stuff like that from like 5, 6 years ago. Just be like, wow,
Yep.
like I've come a long way from just like lazy, broke kid in my parents' basement to like actually doing
Right.
stuff, you know?
That's right.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
different. Um, when it comes to like when it comes to your content, so we talked about ads in the top of the funnel. Let's kind of shift down to content a little bit. How has your approach to content changed over the last year or two?
Mm. So content is it's really breaking limiting beliefs. And I learned this a lot from you, Jeremy. It's content is not showing off what you know. It's not, flexing how great you are. It's chipping away at their limiting beliefs because everything's a reframe, right? Like any sales scenario is just a reframe. You're shifting their beliefs from here to here, right? And your content, what's helped me a lot is instead of just putting tips that nobody asked for, is shifting beliefs. Shifting beliefs is huge. You have to make content. Like this is a big piece of nugget for you guys. Like what Jeremy, I got this from Jeremy. Listen to objections you get. Listen to the things where people tell you no. Listen to the conversations in the setting and gel it all together. Bring it back to your content. That's your content right there, right? Look at your best clients, right? And understand like what their psychology is, what they're looking for, their past experiences, and put in your content so you attract more of your dream clients. It's really simple, actually. People a lot of times they, complicate it. They try to formulate something. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Your clients, the prospects, the objections, use both. Of course, social proof is huge. Like if you guys one of the most, if not the most important thing, you guys need social proof, right? The ones that have the most social proof, they're stacking proof. They're not just stacking proof, but they're showing the before. And the before is actually, if you guys, another tip for you guys, if the before is aligned with a lot of struggles and objections you guys get, okay, perfect. Use more of the testimonials of your clients who had the before mindset, the before body of your in fitness, and share it with like the people that you want to bring on. So social proof, shattering limiting beliefs on your content, like those are money. If you can make content like that, you'll be gold.
Love it. Yeah, because I know a lot of people are like focused on like going viral and just like trying to use their content to get views. What's your perspective on that?
Even if you go viral, like it doesn't mean you're gonna like going viral doesn't mean you're gonna go viral on your bank account as well. Right? It's you may bring in a lot of people that may not be that people you actually want to work with. Right? So, I mean, yeah, we should simultaneously be improving your organic content. And I think, I'm no expert in this, right? But like, maybe having a distribution of like, 10, 20% of content solely for the purpose of trying to go viral. But no, like especially with Jeremy's method, if you're bringing in people, like help solve problems and make content towards that. You don't have to make content just to go viral. And even if you do, it's not going to solve your problem. It very likely will not solve your money problem because there's so many people I know that go viral, but they're still they're not where they want to be financially speaking, business speaking.
100%. Yeah. And so with that, like the fix is just like use, at least this has worked for me. And obviously like a lot of people I worked with, but it's like use your ads to get the people coming to you and then your content to shift and shift beliefs and nurture them.
That's right. And it's stack proof. And that's the money. That's the simple formula. You don't have to go complex, just go simple because that's what Jeremy helped me do and got me to where I need to be. Keep it simple.
Love it. And one of the biggest bottlenecks I see a lot of people have, obviously aside from just like the lead problem, is appointment setting. And
Mm,
just like can't book calls and
okay.
like people are just like running away. And especially
Mm,
like I see a bit of a shift in the industry too, where it's like more and more people are kind of like getting familiarized with like sales processes and like
mm,
online like high ticket stuff.
yeah.
What have you noticed in terms of that? Like how like do you find much resistance for the calls at all? Is it like pretty smooth sailing? What does that look
Yeah.
like?
Yeah. For us, it's been good. It's been good the last bit. I think for anybody that maybe is struggling with that, there's so many answers to it. It could be your skill, it could be your marketing, it could be not the right people in your inbox. It's right. It's hard to pinpoint one thing, but from what
Mhm.
I do see, is it traces back to the marketing, right? It goes back to your marketing because if your marketing is strong enough, people want to have conversations with you because they see you as the person that can solve the problem. Because, why would they spend the time or why should you spend the time with the person that shouldn't be there, not trying to have their problem solved? So it traces back to the marketing because I'll say this, at least I'll share it with me. And this is all the exaggeration. We went from how many calls? We are doing like 50 or so. We hit like records of like 150 calls the last couple of months, like triple the amount of calls. And we were already in a healthy spot the last months. And it's because of the shift into marketing and the shift into content. If you're able to speak to them through your content, like what Jay and I are talking about, they'll want to speak with you because they resonate. I think one piece of advice for you and everyone else is the resonating part. If you're listening to this, make them resonate with your content, speak to what they're struggling with, and they're already kind of like ready to have a conversation with you.
So good, dude.
Yep.
So with that, like you kind of already touched on this, but I just want to like make it crystal clear for the for
Sure.
whoever's
Yeah.
watching. It's like, okay, so how do we get somebody like how do we resonate with them? It's like kind of like what you said, listen to their objections, listen to like their pains and how they're actually like communicating it through their own words. Because a lot of time, like we jumble it. It's like they say one thing, we hear it as a different thing,
Hmm.
like we send it back and it like doesn't really click. And so we want to use their own specific words, right?
That's right. That's right. Yep. And understand what they're struggling with specifically. Because if you're a fitness coach and you're working with a man that's in construction that wants to lose weight, for example, versus an executive that wants to lose weight, completely different set of problems. If you speak to how you speak to the construction worker to that exec, there's not going to be a line. You're going to get ghosted because they feel like you don't understand them. They needs to be, it's one thing to understand, it's another thing to portray that you understand them and they feel understood. So I think that's really at the highest level. Like everything is pretty much um it's like a belief system. Like when they come in, do they believe that you can help them? Do you believe and can you shift their limiting beliefs as well? Right? At the highest level, like what we do in their DMs is we challenge our prospects even. So when they come in, they're like, I've been doing keto for so long. I got to cut out, rice. I got to cut out carbs to lose weight. We challenge that. And that's something different because they probably heard the same thing all the time. You got to cut out, carbs and do keto to lose weight. So at the highest level, when you really understand at a deep level, you'll speak the same language and they'll feel like you're a person. Because here's the thing, people want help. People want the problem solved, Jay and everyone else. Like it's almost like you got to frame in, why would they not take the call? You don't have to force someone to call. Like it's their loss if they don't take the call with you. You have to have a product and service that good. And it traces back, Jay, maybe as a coach, maybe a coach has to just be more confident in themselves in their product and service. Some things, some people can feel it, right? So there's so many answers to it, but it's just the marketing. It's how well you know your people. If you have that, it should be pretty smooth sailing.
Love that.
Yeah,
You still take your sales calls.
I still do, brother. Still do.
I love that. Talk to me about that.
Okay, so
Why?
that's a great question. I wish I was like you, Jay, where I have like I got Mateus and everybody. But here's the thing, right? Like, so sales, we can both agree, like sales is the one part of the business that it takes the longest to delegate. Now, I'm not saying you guys shouldn't. You got to find you yourself have to be, good in that skill, like I mentioned earlier, but it takes time. This skill to transfer is the last one to transfer. And it's what I'm trying to go through right now, Jay. I'm trying to get to you. I was actually talking about it with Jamie last night. I wish I could have like Jeremy's like sales department. But in terms of that, that's pretty much the reason. If I had somebody, Jay, that was crushing it on my sales skills, I mean, I would feel at ease to just delegate it. But it's a one thing, and I mean, that's probably one thing I will probably continue to get help from you because you've already done it successfully. It's like being able to transfer that last skill. It's just so many nuances to sales, body language, verbal, nonverbal. You know,
Yeah.
it's not easy, right? It's not easy. So that's pretty much it. And the truth is, I know a lot of people are like, I don't like sales calls. I actually don't mind. I kind of like being on sales calls and like overcoming their beliefs and challenging them. Right? I don't mind it. So yeah, that's pretty much my answer.
Love that.
Yeah.
Funny enough, dude, in the last week, I've taken two sales calls myself.
Oh yeah, back
Like
at it.
back at
Back
it,
at it.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it was my setter like reached out. He's like, hey, dude, I think like like pitched a call to somebody
Yeah.
and I kind of just like wasn't too interested because he knew it was gonna be with like my closer.
Okay.
And then I sent him a voice. I'm like, hey, dude, like I'm traveling tomorrow, but if you want to hop on today, let me know. And he's like, bet. And so yeah, hop on a call, sign him up. And then
Nice.
same day, it was
Attaboy.
like
Attaboy.
yeah, it was funny. Like
Yeah.
on Saturday, I was like at my cousin's wedding, or like just it was in the morning before we're like going on a fishing trip. I'm like driving to the marina to like get on a boat, and
Yeah.
I called the one dude just on his cell phone. He's in the middle of
Yeah.
a 9 mile run, and we're chatting, and he gave me the credit card objection. Oh, bro, like I swear
Yeah.
I'm in. I
Yeah.
promise I'm in, but I don't have my card. I'm literally like 4 miles from home. I'm like
Yeah.
fair,
Yeah.
and then yeah, he signed up.
I mean, you can't say no to look at this guy. Look at this stud muffin. I mean, I wouldn't have joined if you didn't take those calls with me in the beginning too. Like I was like, hey, you're on here, like, It's
Yeah.
actually Jeremy on the call, and I like that too, Jay. Like I know as we grow our companies, it's like, having that team, but it's sometimes, like with that right prospect, they're like, hey, I just want to talk to
Yeah.
Jeremy. And it just hits different. It's like, it's like some prospects just want that. Some prospects just want that. And I feel like, well, I mean, you built a really great system where you don't really need to, right? But I feel like at times, and for other people listening to it's, how can I say this? I feel for my mindset, Jay, is I'm always never above anybody on my team. I'm never above like a position on my team. So if I have to roll on my sleeves, I'm more than happy to do so. Right. But of course, obviously, when it gets too hectic, I need a team, right? But that's the way
Yeah.
I see it. I'm ready. I can go in the setting, I can go on the calls, like, you know, if their kitchen has like, someone needs if I'm running the restaurant and the kitchen needs someone to start cooking up some pasta, I'll do it. I'm never above anybody. That's my
Yeah.
mindset. Right? It's like, but good stuff. Good to hear that you're taking some calls, and it's good to sharpen your sword at times too.
100%, man. Yeah. And it's fun. Like you
Yeah.
said, it's fun actually just being in the trenches a little bit. And
Yep. Yep.
like
Mhm.
one thing I noticed too, is like, because I did pull pretty far like out of the business, to a certain degree. And
Yep.
like you do kind of lose touch. It's like I feel like my content didn't hit as hard because like I wasn't like as in there.
Yeah. I get
And
that. I
so
get that.
like there is that balance of like, okay, how can I like pull myself out and like kind of buy back my time and work on the business while also still staying
Mhm.
like deep inside there to like have a connection with your clients, have a connection with
Connections.
with your audience to then be able
Yep.
to actually know how to speak to them and
That's
how
a
to
good
create
point.
that resonance, right?
That's a good
Um,
point.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's an interesting one because it's like
Yeah.
it's there's a great book by Jocko Willink, The Dichotomy of
Yep.
Leadership, and it kind of
Hmm.
talks about that where it's like there's like the push and the pull and like
Mm.
even leadership. It's like you have to like kind of be disciplined and like kind of discipline your team, but then you
Hmm.
also have to like not be like an asshole and
Yeah.
like be like respectable and like
Mm.
trusting. And you're like balancing these two like counteracting sides all the time. So it's like we want to like get out of the business, but we also have to like stay in it to make sure that
Yeah.
we can actually like make good content and stuff like
Hmm.
that and actually stay in tune with the market.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
yeah, it's
Like
such
that. Like that.
a fun balance to try and to really try and strike there.
For
But
sure. For sure.
with that said, dude, I do want to be respectful of your time. Um, and is there anything else that you kind of just want to share? Like maybe just talking to like young Adrian, like what would you tell that guy who's kind of eating shit, going through it for a while and just like working really hard, but not really seeing the growth that you were looking for? Like if you could go back in time, what would you tell him?
Um, Without exaggeration, like pour all your money back into mentorships, like in investing coaches, right? Adrian, if he was making like 10, 20 grand a month, just put all that money back in because you got to think bigger, right? Like you can be making 100 grand, 200 grand a month. Like all that money is not your money, it's the business's money. And instead of trying to flex, making 20, 30 grand a month, like keep investing, investing, investing because that's the fastest way you can grow. Like, being with Jeremy, staying with Jeremy for so long, he's helped me so much, right? Austin. So like if I can tell my old self is invest faster because that's how you're going to get better because you don't even know sometimes you don't even know what to improve on. You can be working hard, but you can be working hard on the wrong stuff. Invest. Like I was saying at the beginning of the call, just be a better person yourself. Like stay committed to your own goals, your fitness, your health, all these things, do the right things, take care of your health, be integral, all these things, and keep investing. Like you're gonna go so far, like Jeremy. Like as you know with me, like if you just stick with the basics and you keep investing and then keep getting better and you just keep working on your health, you keep working on yourself, it's limitless. Simple is simple, but it's there's really no secret. I know a lot of people are really trying to. It took like it still took over a year and a half still to get myself to there, dude. Like 15K and just about like 10x my bit. It still takes time. I didn't deal with Jeremy in 2 months. I didn't do it in 2 months. It still takes time, right? So yeah, Just being patient. First, dump, invest, be patient, and keep working on yourself. Simple formula.
So good, man.
Yeah.
So good. Well, with that, appreciate you coming back on, man.
Appreciate it.
You've
It
been
was good to be
dropping
here, Jeremy.
absolute bombs today. I
Glad,
know that
glad to hear.
whoever needed to hear this is going to hear it at the right time.
For
And I just want
sure.
to say thank you for
Yeah,
helping
you're
give
welcome.
back and just
Mhm.
being an awesome dude in general.
I 100%. And anybody listening to this, if you guys have questions or anything, just reach out to me because SA and I want to say Summit, like thank you guys so much. Like you guys changed my life. I can't cry here, right? Because I'm like Jeremy, right? But honestly, he's helped me at that level. Let's just say it that way, right? So if there's anything you guys need from me, the community listening to this, just send me a message because I can answer your questions. You want to hear more about like what I do, the mindset, whatever it is, just shoot me a message because I want to help as well. But listen to this man, Jeremy, because he's helped me this much and he can help you as well. Just stay committed to the process.
The man, brother.
You're the man too,
Appreciate
bro.
your
I
time.
appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.